Good morning, YouTube. I hope everyone's doing well. And in today's video, I want to talk about slowing down and that it's okay to live life slowly. It's okay to go slow. And I think in the modern world, going slow is almost seen as like a negative thing. It's seen as we're falling behind, or we're not being efficient or productive, or in some way we're failing. And that's not the case. Slowing down adds depth to our life. It adds a deeper sense of meaning to our life. It allows us to actually appreciate and live our life. Whereas how society is maybe being constructed or is constructed is a lot around conveniences and expediting things. And patience is something that a lot of us are losing because we're so used to getting things right now, right? We have drive-thrus, we have fast food drive-thrus, we have one-day deliveries, we have basically anything you want at the tip of our fingers or within 24 hours, right? We no longer have to wait as long. And when we do have to wait, we become very agitated and irritated, and it's just kind of crazy. I'll say that. I'll just keep it at that. But when we slow down, a lot of that stress that comes from having to go, or get kind of dissipates. It's slowing down, I've found, is like the fastest way to reduce stress by over 50%, right? Because if you're at work and you're stressing about getting something done and you're trying to hurry, you're making a lot of mistakes, or you're more likely to make a lot of mistakes. But if you just take a minute and breathe and slow down and do whatever you're doing just a little bit slower, you're less likely to make mistakes, and it'll end up going faster because you haven't made mistakes, right? And this is something I've really been grounding in my life by playing guitar. So I've played guitar off and on for a few years. I would not say I'm very good by any means, but I've recently picked it up again, and being more intentional with my practice, I've decided to, instead of focusing on being able to play to the song at the actual speed, I've been focusing more on having a better sound when I play. And in order for me to have a better sound, I've had to slow down. I've had to sacrifice being able to play on beat, right? So I've had to slow down. So one of the songs I'm learning is a Tool song, and that song plays at 120 beats per minute. And I've had to slow it down to half, to 60 beats per minute, to make sure I'm getting the notes right and I'm getting clear sounds and I'm not muting any of the strings. And because of that, I've been able to actually progress faster, to the point where my wife has actually commented, like, this time around with guitar, like, you seem to be doing better and learning faster. And, you know, as an insider, I didn't really notice, but getting that outside perspective, you know, just kind of reaffirmed to me that slowing down can, and oftentimes probably is, better. Right. The second point I kind of touched on a little bit was slowing down gives you a deeper appreciation for life. And an example I have in my life about that is lately I've been going on a lot of walks. And I don't really know why or what triggered this to happen, but I know I've gone on walks and I've seen worms that have come up from the ground that are on the cement that are, you know, drying out. And I've actually stopped to like touch them a little bit to see if they're alive. And if they're alive, then I would move them into the dirt and put a little water on them. And actually through that I learned that they actually do need moisture to breathe. And that's something I never knew. But it was just those little moments of slowing down, not doing anything, but just walking and letting everything wander and witnessing another life form and appreciating it, and just maybe taking time to contemplate that, how, I know it's a worm, it doesn't seem very exciting, but just how crucial they are to our existence, right? And just appreciating a life that I can't even begin to imagine what it's like to be a worm. You know, just, that's alien to me. Aliens are on Earth, you know? We are aliens, I don't know. But just an appreciation for life and understanding that even the smallest creatures that walk this earth play a crucial role in my existence, in your existence, and the existence of the world, and without them, who knows what would happen. And, the third point I have is that slowing down can expand your awareness. Excuse me. And what I mean by that is, when we're constantly on the go, we're not necessarily taking time to reflect or thinking about what we're actually thinking, or I should say being aware of what we're thinking, being aware of what we're feeling. We're just focusing on whatever we're doing. And a lot of times when we're in that go, 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 we're in a stress state. Not all the time, but a lot of the time, especially if it's a continuous habit that you're in, is constantly go, go, go. And that when we slow down, it gives us time to actually register like what we're feeling, what we're thinking, and what our intuition is guiding us towards. And this kind of happened to me the other day. So I'm kind of someone who has a hard time taking rest days, and that if I don't at least do one thing productive, I feel like I'm being lazy, or that I'm going to lose my momentum, or just something to that nature. But the other day, for whatever reason, I wanted to do all these things. I wanted to go for a walk, I wanted to write, I wanted to film a video, but there was something in me that was just telling me that I needed to not do anything that day, that I just needed to relax. And because I had slowed down, I was able to register or understand where that was coming from, or that just because I'm having this desire or need to slow down and rest doesn't necessarily mean I'm lazy. It doesn't mean that I will lose momentum. It just means that my body or my mind or some aspect of me needs to slow down, needs to rest, recuperate, and that there's nothing wrong with that. And actually, because I took that entire day to rest, the following days I've been more productive, I felt a lot better, and just kind of as a side note, it helped me develop trust in my intuition that I can trust when I need to rest, and that just because I need to rest doesn't mean I'm lazy. Just because I want to go slow doesn't mean that I'm incapable or anything is wrong, right? I just think the modern world has demonized, intentionally or not, just maybe as a byproduct of wanting to be convenient or expedite things, we have demonized going slow, and that we just, I don't know, but we're all gonna die, right? We're all going to end the same way, and I personally don't want to live my life in the fast lane, fast track in to that end. I want to take time to experience it, to hear the birds chirp, to watch little, whatever those things are, not cotton, but whatever it is, floating in the air, hear insects, see insects, just taking time to appreciate this strange thing we call life. And we can't do that if we're constantly go, go, go. Anyway, peace and love, YouTube, and if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, or you don't have to. I would appreciate it. Leave a comment if you'd like, if you feel called to do so, and until next time, peace.